up, Guilty? Now, something I didn't talk about when we were talking about Música Grande. I was in the middle of making my album when tragedy struck, bros. But my laptop was stolen from me, and I had all of my stuff in here for my new album. And so there was a couple of beats that I had made and I hadn't backed up recently. Like it had been a couple months since I backed up all my stuff onto the hard drive. And guess what? Música Grande was one of them, and this one was one of them. And I had to literally remake this beat from scratch. I had to listen to, I already had like my vocals recorded and everything, but I didn't have the beat anymore. I just had like just a plain MP3 of the beat. I didn't have like all the sounds separate, so it couldn't be mixed properly. It was a mess. And this one I had Guilty Simpson on, like, you know, dude, I got Guilty Simpson guest spot and I don't have the beat to get properly mixed. So I was like, man, I gotta remake it. So I really chopped up these samples and I had to chop them all again. And this one, I couldn't even find the original drum sounds. I had to find new ones that felt almost the same because I had no idea what snares or what kicks I used. I was like, man. And what I actually did was I went in and, like, if you notice in the sample version, there's like little voices, watch. It's like, and then right here, what does it? That's me, dude. It kind of sounds like, right? It kind of sounds like the original sample. So, no sample. I replayed everything. There it is. And then of course, drums. Weird keyboard sound. Then Guilty Simpson comes in and he starts ripping. Okay. Next. I always wanted a dope guest spot for this song. I had Guilty Simpson in mind actually, but I had no way to get to him. I didn't know him. You know what I'm saying? I just happened to do this show out in Ventura. One of the dudes who were opening up for me, I heard him on stage like, yo, check out my new album. I got so-and-so on it, so-and-so. I got Guilty Simpson on it. I was like, what? This guy has Guilty Simpson on his record? I guess it's like some Ventura stuff because, you know, Stones Throw Us Down there or whatever. And I went up to him and I was like, hey, bro, you got Guilty Simpson on your stuff? He's like, yeah. I go, hey, I've been trying to get at him, man. Like, I want to get him on my stuff. He's like, no problem, dude. I can hook you up with him easy. I was like, really? Well, next thing I know, dude text me back, hey, I talked to Guilty, man. He said it's all good. Here's his number. I was like, what? So I hit up Guilty. He's like, no problem, fam. Like, and he was really cool. Like a lot of people, like, they don't do it right away, especially when you're kind of low on the totem pole for them. They're like, whatever. This fool went in the studio and like had the verse recorded, and he hit me up and he was like, yo, I'm down to, you know, I'm ready. What's up with the money? And then he's like, you know what? I can trust you, right? I was like, hey, he's like, I'm gonna send you the verse. Who cares? Pay me when you can. I was like, what? This fool sent the verse over, so I started, you know, putting everything together, mixing it or whatever. And, you know, I paid him, of course, the rest of it, but I thought that was really cool of him. Two things, that he was like a real stand-up dude. Like, he did the verse right away. I mean, it was like within a week that I talked to him, he recorded the verse. It was done. He was just waiting for money. And then he was like, I'm not even gonna wait for the money. It's cool. I trust you. Go. And sends me the verse. So it was great working with Guilty, and like I said before, I was talking with one of my homies, like, man, I need to think of a name, and I said, hey, how about I name the album Smell of Success? You know, I already have a song called Smell of Success. How about the album? And he was like, dude, that sounds so perfect. And then no other title even made sense to me. Like, there couldn't have been a more perfect title, and it was in front of my face the whole time, and I was like, and again, you know, the Smell of Success, all that means is that you're so close to success in your life that you can smell it. You can almost taste it, you can almost touch it, you can almost feel it. You know, I can't really complain. I mean, I've done a lot of good things. I've traveled the world. I feel blessed, but I also have these goals that I set for myself that I haven't attained yet. And that's the smell of success. Like, I see the goals, I can smell it, I can taste it, I can feel it. It's right there, it's like right about to be in my hand. And I just haven't got there yet. And so that's why it made sense to name the album that. And I think it's the perfect title.